everyone! Welcome back to my speed build, or if you were coming back from the first part of the Apothecary Store that I'm making, welcome back. This is the second and final part of the speed build, so looking forward to sharing you the rest of the speed build as well as the links to accessing this lot as well and where to find all of my CCs from here. Anyways, so this part is just going to be focusing the rest of the living space area that's part of the apothecary store, but not really. So currently right now we are working on I would say is the biggest part of the living space area, which is, I guess you would say, living room slash dining room slash kitchen area. So I would think of this big room right here that we're working on is the apothecary workshop, where the sim is going to be mostly here creating all the potions, all the medicinal herbs, or even like just doing some studying, experimenting on some new potions, or etc. and all that stuff. But so that's, I would say, would I say that would be the room that I took the longest? Probably, yes. I would say it's the longest because that room has as much clutter as the apothecary store. It's just there's a lot more stations, different stations that I was planning out in this room when I was also referencing from an image from I grabbed from Pinterest of this build. So this this part right here of like, which is we're working on the kitchen, is going to be like an L-shaped kitchen. So I wanted to, at least from the reference, this section area, it's just all like cabinets. So I was like, I'll at least like snook into a fridge in there and then like shelving. And I nook in, I nook, I keep saying nook. I keep putting, and then I also put in like a kitchen sink as well there too. And I thought this small table area would be a good place for like one station based on the reference that I grabbed and looking at. Um, this I decided to make this station be like the spot where your sim is in the middle of planting whatever kind of seeds for her garden or so. I was thinking about whether I should add like a garden in this lot for your sim or not. And I think I might, like, I mean, currently I didn't build one just because of the spaces, and but it would make sense to have like an indoor planting area. But I didn't make that anyways. But that's fine. Maybe probably eventually when I make my sim and then have my sim live in this lot, then I will move things around and then have her like start planting things indoors for her store. And that way it'll look like she's actually like like she's managing this, excuse me. That way she's like managing the store. And so I believe that what am I saying? Oh God. I literally was just doing a voiceover of the previous part right before this one. So, well, actually, no, I lied. I actually had dinner right before I was doing this voiceover. You know what? Do you want to? I had basically rice and like ketchup rice, that's sweet ketchup rice. And then I also had like a sunny side up egg and spam for dinner. That's like a very easy, quick kind of dinner for me. There's no vegetables, which, you know, but I didn't really want to cook so much and I wanted to get things done quickly as possible. And so it was filling. So I am full. It was really good. It was delicious. Um, so then now I'm doing this voiceover and I'm kind of little like sleepy from being full from my dinner. So a little sluggish. But anyways, back to the video. So I did mention the first station I did was the place for your sim to plant seeds, like a just a table for it. Then I realized that I should also plan out where all the other stations are going to be before I start decorating it even further. I just kind of just decorated the garden space just to kind of get the hang of like the vibe that I wanted to have for this room specifically. And so there is three other stations that I basically made in this room. That wooden one that table that I'm currently working on is going to be specifically the apothecary table where it's already pre-made small potions uh that is kind of finalized in your Sims perspective. It's almost done, but not fully done. Like it's still testing. So this is basically the table, etc., with all of like just a place for your sim to sit down, to like experiment, do some reading, to look up some stuff. And then this blue table right here would be the table where your sim is fulfilling orders or having orders, keeping track of all of it, sending out letters or getting letters, etc. It's this is that blue table is specifically the table for your sim to just sit and like write something. Oops, sorry, hit you guys. Hit the mic. But I also scattered it with a lot of different kind of books. I just figured since this sim has an apothecary store and also it has a lot of knowledge and potions. I'm assuming this sim is also very studious as well too. Back in the day when they were younger, or trying to like doing a lot of research and learning every how to make almost every single potions in the sim world. So that was what I was thinking. Not that I've made my sim yet and played the sim yet, but I'm assuming and hoping so. This is the kind of sim that I'm imagining building basically in my imaginary head. So, but now, right next to the literary blue table station, I would think that like right next to it would be all these bins and crates full of things that your sim is planning to ship out or grabbing in. Um, Basically, all of these completed orders that your sim is making or getting things shipped to your sim. But that's what I was thinking for that area with all the bins and crates. And then this table right here, or what am I working on right now? Okay, yeah, this table right here, with that which I kind of use the kitchen counters as more of like a much bigger kind of table. Um, I decided to use that table as like a plant experiment, like experimenting table that has to do with plants. So maybe some plants that have been in jars. Like I know those jars are full of jalapenos and like it could be like other like chilies and stuff, but just pretend that there are other kind of herbs that's like the sim has been like putting in the jars. But currently right now, because like this is another section that has a lot of clutters, I thought that the easiest way to actually grab um to actually go like get like fine clutter is to really just sit down and stop building for like a couple minutes and just gotta go through all the clutters that I have in the game and like choose out the ones that I think I'm gonna use and then place them on the floor and then rearrange it as how I think I'm going to use it. And then any extras, I just delete that I don't think I'm gonna use it ever. So I just thought that was just the easiest way for me to kind of figure out what I actually have in my game and go through everything and then just see which one I really like and just start placing it as how I imagine it to be. So there's a lot of these Nicky Nackies that I thought would be really cute. Again, I'm gonna list out all the CCs that I've used in this build just because the sim game just doesn't have, in my opinion, just doesn't have enough apothecary items for it to really feel like it's an apothecary slash potion kind of store. Like most of the CCs that I was downloaded, I was mostly looking for a lot of potion bottles. And there's not really that many in the actual Sims. So I downloaded quite a few. But then this area right here, it's just like a small area that your sim cannot access. So it's just like a corner, a storage corner, basically. That I thought was really fun. And oh my god, I didn't mention in the last part, but like the other CC that I found that was really, really cute and adorable is that cat skull item that I had on the table right there. And I thought it was just so cute. It's just as cute as the monster plants that I found. So, like, I'm definitely gonna link that one. Ugh, I think it's like one of my favorite finds that I found for this build, like, including like the monster plant as well and the apothecary box. There's just a lot of like CC items that I found like recently that I really like, and I'm definitely gonna use it more. I'm gonna definitely use it more um, than once in my future builds as well too. Super, super excited. But here's when I thought I thought the floor was a little bit too bare. So then I added rugs, but then I was trying to scale it in the right size where it doesn't look like the rug is gonna catch on fire next to the stove. Not that, well, I feel like it can happen where your sim like or like it's not it's not your sim specifically that causes the fire. I think it's just every once in a while like fire will tend to happen. I mean, things will catch on fire if it's anywhere close to a fire, like specifically, like an example, the fireplace. If I put a rug close by, I think the rug will catch on fire every once in a while. I'm sure I've seen it. I know definitely in the first Sims game, like fire is such a deadly thing in that game where like once something is on fire, that is totally it. Is you're done for. It's so scary that it's hard to escape. Like trauma from just the Sims back in the day when I was playing the Sims one. Oh, anyways, so now we're back in the speed build. I'm decided I forgot that like I don't really have a lot of counter space in the kitchen for for the sim to actually like use to cook. So I made more counter space and then I removed I removed the cabinet and then replaced it with kitchen countertops. And then I added shelves on the walls and then added a lot of plant items so it looks like, oh, like your sim harvest all of these items from the forest and then putting it together and then keeping it for its sakes. So then that way it'll keep that way, your sim that can just, whenever making the potions, go to the shelf, grab items like, oh, like this plant is from like a very specific sim world that you can rarely get, or it's like from a very fantasy magical area. So it's like I try to choose like the swatches. I try to choose very abnormal colors, so it seems like it's like super magical and super fantasy looking. Um, which is, I mean, of course, because this world is an Isekai Fantasy sim save file. But yeah, I'm super excited. But now I'm just kind of like stepping. I do tend to, throughout like my speed builds, or my build when I'm building, I do tend to take a step back and like observe and admire from afar that like, oh, it looks great, and I go back and then like build something again. But now right now I'm building. I am I'm like building like the dining table part, which is technically would be where your Sims would be gathering to hang out with your other Sims come visit and stuff. I didn't really put like a couch here because I feel like it wouldn't really make sense, especially since this is like a store. It's not a house, which even though technically, game mechanic wise, it is a house, it's a residential lot, but we're gonna treat it like it's like a community, is a residential slash community lot, where your sim works in the lower floor of where the apothecary store is, and then like their living space is literally that one wall door archway away from like through, and yeah. So that was kind of how I just thought that this would be a very cute idea for this like witchy sorcerer warlock whatever kind of sim whatever sim that's like super into magic. Basically, I just thought that this was like a really cute kind of building that I designed and built. Just thought it was really nice. So now I am moving on to the hallway area, which leads to like the bathroom and like the hobby room. So I was like, under the stairs is really empty, so I thought I would just put in a whole bunch of haze in there, which I thought would be such a good idea. But just kind of think of it as like your sim is like storing all of the hay, all the grains under the stairs just to be ready for like to cook food and all that stuff. And I showed it as like they first neatly put in like the haze, like the haystacks, like slowly, neatly towards the back. But then they started getting really tired, like halfway towards the end. And now then they just started like throwing it in there and just not even bother making it all nice and neat anymore. So that was the kind of vibe that I was doing. I think it's really cute. I kind of like that kind of like look where it looks like it's like neat, but then it's like a lot of clutter, but it's like neat clutter. You know what I mean? You know? But anyways, now I'm moving on to the bathroom and I decided that like I think the Sims favorite color is gonna be blue again. Like I just decided. I think this is just the kind of Sim world Brindleton Bay Sim world is gonna be like most of the Sims colors is gonna be like that bluish color. Yeah, blue and brown, I would say. It's like that kind of like earthy like kind of colors that I was thinking of when I first thought of Brindleton Bay, like blue the colors navy blue or blue hue color, that blue and brown. That was the color I was thinking of. So I just thought that I would put like candles by the tub so it'd be like really nice and relaxing for your sim to just like relax for the day. Now moving on to the hobby room. I pretty much just put like a chest in there and I put in like a bookcase and an armchair and I didn't really put so much I didn't really furnish this room so much just because it could really be any kind of hobby. Like it really just depends on your sim on what their hobby is. But I just figured that like I think for spellcasters, logic is definitely one thing that you definitely, I think you need as a requirement. I honestly don't remember, I don't know. Um, but I just made it really simple. But then I remembered that you needed, like, this room needs a fireplace, so I added a fireplace. But then I realized while I was editing the last part of the video, of the last part of this speed build, that I didn't put a fireplace in the bedroom area. And I'm like, shit, are they gonna get really cold or something? And I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It's a fan. I was literally, I like my partner was also when I showed my partner this build, my partner also mentioned that like, oh, since it's like a loft style, all the fumes from the cauldron is gonna get like it's gonna go up to like the bedroom area, and then your sim is gonna get like gonna be sniffing all of that fumes from the cauldron. So like your sim probably might get higher from all that stuff. But you know what? Like it's fine. This is not a realistic save file. It's a fantasy. Like it's a fantasy surreal save like save file. I don't really think this kind of save file is gonna make so much sense. So just pretend like in a lot of other fantasy stories and fantasy illustrators or illustration books, all the images that you see, they always have the cauldron inside and the roof is enclosed. You know, I always see it's I always remembered it that way. But anyways, then I decided I since I finished the hobby room, pretty much everything on the first floor. The only thing that I didn't work on was this um abstract wall or like the statement wall, and I was like, what should I do to make it like like super stand out? Then I realized I always like having those portraits, different portraits on the wall of different sizes and rearranging it like a puzzle. So I was doing that right now and I thought that it was just a really pretty cool idea where just looks so nice. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, not like I don't your sim is not going to be able to access anything up there. So I was like, well, you might as well just put something that will look really nice when your sim looks up there. So I started rearranging all of these like different kind of frames. I believe all of these except for the three um photo frames from Realm of Magic, everything else should be base game photos. Pretty sure most of them are. I like made sure they were the reason why I grabbed the three Realm of Magic photos is because it is an apothecary slash witchery kind of store, so it has to have some kind of like looking element that's like relatable to magic in some way, you know. So then I even though I spent quite a while on this wall, I actually had a lot of fun, like figuring out where things are, like the placement of the frames and everything. It's just because like I tend to like to decorate, um, like to do interior decorating. I do interior decorating in my house. Not why did I say house? Like I actually have a house or own a house. I don't own a house, nor am I living in a house. I live in a small, very small junior bedroom apartment with my partner. So, um, I like to have our place really nice and really cute and really pretty. And like, I am like a maximalist. So think of like, imagine just a lot of animes, a lot of figurines, a lot of anime art, all scattered throughout majority of our living space area. Yeah, that is how, but it maintain in like in a minimum way where it doesn't look like it's too much, or so my partner says. But anyway, but yeah, but here I am just finishing up, and I ended up really liking the wall. Like, I obviously like I had too many portraits, and I didn't want to have the whole wall be filled completely with portraits. So I added other things, like I added like some leaf items, like just like wall decor, more wall decor that's not photo frames. And then I added like those like small decor like candles by the higher windows. Not like your sim's gonna be able to access this. So I was like, just let's just put like candles there. And then like your sim can like maybe use magic to like you know, burn it, like light it up and then just unlight it whenever it's time for bed. But here we are, last but not least, doing the bedroom, which is I think always one of my favorite rooms to decorate, and I'm sure it's not my own. It's not the only my. I'm not the only one that also thinks the bedroom is one of their favorite rooms to decorate. But whew, I think I just literally talk so long and so fast with and forgetting to take a breath. But damn, that was crazy. Let me just take a sip of water real quick. Okay. So now was even though I did have a lot of fun doing the bedroom, I did have a hard time figuring out the color scheme of this bedroom because since it's like apothecary and I had an idea where it's gonna be like a darkish blue color, but I was having a hard time finding a really nice dark blue bed that has like a really nice like bed cover that is that darkish blue color. And I was imagining this sim is a little bit on the quirkier side. So she's more of like she she does care about her looks, but then she also is like a thrifter. She's like she doesn't want anything super duper expensive. She just wants something not only uh, that looks efficient, functional, but also appealing looking in her eyes. So I think it's a little similar to imagine like librarian kind of vibe, but on the quirky side, if you know what I mean, you know? So, um, so I decided I actually ended up choosing that bed with the quilted pattern, and I think that's really cute. And I also made like the back bed frame area where it's like full of plants, some florals, flowers, and candles to make it look really nice and cozy for your son to kind of relax and lay back for the rest of the night for them to fall asleep. And then this area is more of just their personal study area where they have like whatever books that they always wanted to finish reading towards the end of the night. At first, I was thinking about like, would this sim have like a jewelry box? That I saw. That was why I grabbed like the some items from Crystal Creations. But then I was like, I keep forgetting. I was like, no, this is not a gemstone jewelry store. This is an apothecary store, which with a whole bunch of botanical elements to it. So I fully went against of all the jewelry aspect. Like I did use like some gemstones as like decor items, but it's not like the big focus of like the Sims lifestyle. You know what I mean? So I decided to get like something really simple items to kind of give a little bit more greenery in this floor because it's an apothecary, botanical apothecary, you know? So I I was like I was able to find like not only like a book computer from like my previous builds that I made, I found like a parchment paper kind of computer, which is really awesome. So I can like mix and match like different kind of computers because I was like, what other entertainment can Sims have that since like I wasn't really building any TVs and any of these lots that's gonna be in the fantasy side. I think the most biggest entertainment would probably be on the creative like entertainment for them would be music, like instruments, like practicing doing music, singing, um just anything not so related to electronics. So I was thinking about like I mean the stereo. I do have some timeless stereos that I think would be okay, and they kind of fit a little bit of the Edwardian part because I think well wait the industrial era is different from the Edwardian era. I just realized. Oops. And anyways, but I am debating on if this fantasy world should have like radio boxes or if it should just have like what are those called again? That are have like those record players to play xylophones? Is that what they're called? I don't know. But I think you guys know what I mean. Whereas like those record players and they have the xylophones, those horns to like play, like those kinds. Maybe I can also include those because then those wouldn't be so bad either. And I did say that I was gonna add one into this bill with the plants. I just forgot to add it. But you know what? I don't think I really need to add it. I think it would be a good idea. I don't think it's like a necessary idea, but like if you guys like download this like lot, you guys are more than welcome to just add like your own like stereo if you guys wanted to. But yeah, so because I kept like looking at like over the loft area and especially since I don't have horse ranch, I don't have the option to color the ceilings. So there's clearly, you see like ceilings that are just pure freaking white. So I'm just like, this is so distracting. And especially because of how the game mechanic works, I just been doing. So then I decided that what I could do is to put more greenery so it feels like you're looking into the outside. So I added more wall plants and ivy looking ones. I know that I kept saying ivy, but and I'm pretty sure they are ivies, but I was just like I'm not gonna use the ones that came with vampires or werewolves. Those are a little too harsh for me. I haven't really experimented on using those just yet, and especially since they are it's well actually it's an outdoor exterior item. So like if I take out the furnished stuff, it should the item should still stay. I sure, pretty sure. But anyways, this is here when I was like looking and admiring the wall. I'm like, oh my god, this is turning out really nice. I'm so happy. And then this is when I realized I was like, oh shoot, I forgot I needed to build like make it like super more Halloween spirit like. So I started this is when I started like looking through all of like the spooky stuff that the items that were included in spooky stuff pack and all of these like jack-o'-lanterns. So I was looking through and I thought these were really cute. But then I was like, how come these aren't lighting up? And so I was like, whatever, these are still cute anyways. And then I realized I needed to just look more. Like I just have to scroll down even further down. I just haven't like looked through everything yet. So I just thought that these were just so cute. They are a little cartoony. I was expecting these Halloween things to be a little bit more scarier so then it can be more apothecary like. But you know what? I think it's fine. I think it's really cute. Like Halloween is supposed to be on the festive side anyways, and there could be like some scarier things, but this store, this sim owner is not all about the scary. This is all about the cute, cuddly, cozy part of Halloween, like which is just doing all the decorating, all like the spooky stuff, a lot of like carving of the pumpkins. I think this turned out really nice. Like I really liked how the pumpkins, I added all the pumpkins and then I added that like spiritual gnome that's happening right there. And I was trying to choose like certain colors. I was like, what color would stand out the most? And then I started adding like more pumpkins in the stores to make it really feel like, oh yeah, the owner is like super festive with like Halloween. And like this is the time of year where like the store owner is like decorating Halloween around the store. I know I literally just said that not too long ago, but I mean like isn't it so cute? I just like just decorating like this with like Halloween items. It's like I need to start decorating our apartment with all the Halloween stuff soon. And like it's literally like 8 days away and I want to like just decorate it just for a little bit. So I'm gonna like have a day, one day to just like start putting all the Halloween decoration stuff around our apartment for a bit. And then um maybe we'll watch like a scary movie that day or something like that. A scary movie night. A night. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what my really plans are. But what are your plans for Halloween? I would like to hear it. I would like to hear it in the down the comments. Like, what are your plans for Halloween? I think I'm really just gonna be like gonna be having the place decorated. I might dress up for a costume, take a photo, be like, ha, this is my costume for the day, and then literally remove everything and be like comfy in my PJs, and then we'll have some popcorn and maybe watch some scary movies and probably maybe play like the new Mario Party game that just came out not too long ago. Which oh shoot, probably get that soon. Oh my god, I'm super excited. Like we might do that. And it's I just didn't realize I was like keep thinking about like, oh my god, Halloween's coming this week. But it is coming out this week. I'm really excited. But anyways, these are the rest of the screenshot. I took so many different kind of screenshots. I just thought these are so nice and so cute. Like I have all these shots where it has like the lanterns. The shot is really nice. Uh, I I think I just ended up doing a very good job with some of these shots. I also included some shots in the previous video just because like I wanted to just conclude everything all together. Ah, and the monster plants, I still think those are just one of my favorite items that I found really. It's so cute. But I'm just so happy with this build. Like I really feel like some CC items really does a hit different. It just makes like the build look so pretty and really nicely satisfying. Like the shot is so nice with where you see like this different stations. And then like this is like the written station, which is I just like that nook area. And then this nook area with the cat skull. So cute. And then this shot's also nice too. And like this shot with like another one of like the stations as well too. I'm just really proud and really happy with this. Like, I really did take my time on furnishing this just because I feel like this is like a clutter house kind of vibe, and it sure is. And I think that the bathrooms actually always bathrooms are also one of my other favorite rooms that I like to decorate as well too. But oh my god, the shots in like this bedroom, oh like this shot is beautiful. Like that's so nice. And like this shot too, I think the colors just ended up turning out so well. It just, I don't know how I did it, but it ended up working out really well. And so I'm just so happy. Like even this shot is really nice. It's just that plum purple color. And I ended up including like the floral plan like shots as well too. And I think that's such a good idea. But here's the shot with like the Halloween decorations in the different times of day. That's pretty much it for this video. The next video is not gonna, I promise you, it's not gonna be a speed video. It is going to be like a mod video that I was talking about. It's the really pretty wall that I was talking about earlier in the video. But these are just screenshots of the building from like all the different times of the day. So look forward to that. But that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!